will start our lesson 3. Today lesson will go through LO3 learning outcome 3. As you know me, my name is Anjun Sakar. If you have any question, you can drop me an email. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Use contemporary example to demonstrate both positive and negative influence and impact on MA macro environment as the business operation. So macro mean is external, which is uncontrollable. We can't control it. We have to adjust our operations accordingly. That will be in our discussion today. Okay, so indicative content today, overall our discussion will cover, we look at social and mobiles technology, we can look around cloud computing, blockchain, e-commerce, artificial intelligence, and we can look around, organization response, transformation and managing assistant of change. Change is why. Anyone using Nokia? Yes, so always think about, what you current knowledge about you have, about external environment, MACRO, macro environment. So we can scale 1 to 10, always good practice, reflected. P stands for political, E is economics, S is social, T is technology, L is legal, E is eco, which is eco-environment. So these companies not sustain anymore in the business. Why not? The reason, with the passage of time, they didn't change themselves according to the environment, and ultimately what's happened, they not sustain in the business. So for sustainability for the business and staying in the business is a crucial, and we need to make sure we follow these rules, and change them ourselves according to the environment. So we can look on the mission statement of Tesco, and now does mission statement to be a Britain best value retailer exceeding customer needs, always is second largest supermarket, and is does and Tesco. We can look around their mission statement to create the value for customer to earn the lifetime loyalty. We can, if we don't change according to environment, what the customer wants and needs are, we can't really sustain. So environment, everything on the organization environment impact on the way it's separate, and some of the factors have a direct impact, some have an indirect impact. Like national minimum wages went up to £11.44 from 1st of April. So this will be huge impact. So all our things we need to be adjust accordingly. So that's one of examples. We have internal environment, which is we can control, which is internal within the company, external is outside, uncontrollable, and that's the micro level. Micro MRC is small level, and MACRO macro, external big levels. Yes, so we can look around macro environment, and that's we can look around different stakeholders, how the macro level environment impact. So environmental analysis must face the fact the change is the epidemic. We can look around the factors, we can look around the fact. Change is identifying, intensifying, less predictable. Stake are getting higher, and assessing the environment, which is quite complex at the moment. Knowledge, technology, and fashion, how the change is happening. All we need to understand the environment. When we say environment, so we have political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. Identify the critical change driver and examine the history and the trend which we need to be look around. Like music industries like Blockbuster not sustain. When we think about Netflix, they change online streaming, online movies, online, and so we can change it. So, but Blockbuster didn't change at the right time, so they not sustain. Like Nokia didn't change according to the environment. So individual organization, whom at the company interact, consist of political, environmental, cultural, technological, and economics environment. So please, we can say PEST or PESTIL. PEST is political stability. Where you want to do the business, you have to look around the political stability in the country. If you have political stability in the country, that will bring more benefit to the companies and the organization. Tax policies forthcoming legislation, employment laws, and dominant political ideology like a labor, like a conservative ideology they have. Economics factor, we can look around inflation rate is high, low, medium. In industry, like we have in the UK, where we can find it ONS, Office of National Statistics, where you can, ONS please, is a good website which you can look around and you can find what is happening outside external environment. Yes, that is quite crucial, which help you. Okay, some reason is the website down, but you can ons.gov.uk, which you can look around. Okay, economic growth, taxation, unemployment rate, how much we have. Education, of course, you always follow the base rate, per capita income, per person income according to the World Bank, and you can plan. Social, like, the society is changing, people are working, fashion, religious belief, employment pattern. In technology, of course, is a huge, we're moving from 3G to 5G network, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, reverse engineering. So we can look on the all, FDI, a lot of foreign direct investment in these technology, and we have an impact, on. So according to the Morrison, so the business environment maybe is visualized in the term of the layers and considering both internal and external, and you can look around. And then we have a case study, please. In your time, it's good to read managing external influences. The first best case studies are given on our Moodle page, so please make sure go through before next lesson. Business environment can be typically place location, for example, shopping mall, where the many businesses are close to the competition in the retail set of conditions, for example, the rules when buying and selling people product. We can look around the collection of the individuals. We can look around in the realities, the purpose. We can look around the remind us, there are the two interaction between the business organization and its environment. Example, politics, where the people use the influence and the connections and influence policies in their favor. So we can understand the political. So we can look around according to pastel framework. We have to carry on chaining. We have organization CIPD, which is Chartered Institute of Personnel Development. Like if you double click, that will take you there, and it's good to read, in your time. And which is, we can look around political, economic, and social, and CIPD is a Chartered Institute, how the personnel and the environment we need to be changed our strategy towards. Okay, then we have a business environment, some issues behind, we have a link here. We created a crazy meeting and the mental tool, which is quite good. Sometime you can listen the video, is quite good to watch in your time. Please, that will also clear the concept. Okay, when we say political membership of WTO, government control, inflation keep, so we can look around all economics factors, social factor, technological factors, yeah, legal factor, and environmental factor. Like every company is claiming CO2, lot of emphasis, and we can make the policies toward recycling, towards car sharing, towards electric car. So these are quite crucial, which we can look on internet and the newspaper in environmental and psychological. Yes, the primary research carried out in house, and we can do those, technology research and development, staff feedback, and the legal environment. Like we have a lot of law like equality, diversity, health and safety, those laws, the national minimum wage, GDPR, these, which we can look around. So in internet pressure groups, secondaries, sociological, we can look around the national statistic, national media subscription, and okay, then we have external information on the microenvironment, technology, economics, sites, trade specialists, government website, and the legal, which we can look around the chambers, gov.uk, where you can find a lot of, the new legislation which is happening. Political, it's important to recognize, the elements, political environment can be significant in fact. Political factors can lead to, if you're doing best employment laws, consumer protection, competitions. We can look around the employment laws, a lot of legislation, Health and Safety Act, Equality Act, sex discrimination. We have Equality Act 2010 for the legislations. Consumer protection, sales good at sale need to be fit for purpose. Trade description, we need to describe the description of the goods, and the Consumer Credit Act, we not give the credit before checking the credit scoring. Okay, so we can look on and ensure the fair competition within the market. We have a perfect competition in the market. We UK economy is a mixed economy where control, and we have a watchdog regulator which we can look around. Competition laws agree to the fix the prices in terms of the trades. We have agreed to the limits. We cannot be agreed with the competition. That's you will be bid and discriminate. Okay, economies, we can look around monitoring, and economics environment is very important as impact, directly the finances of organization itself and disposable income, all we need to be keep in mind. We have economies, one of the main concern for the elected government is to achievement of economic growth, which involve maintain, the employment level, reduce unemployment, and controlling inflation. Growing economy means, population enjoyed, and flow of money can be affected by others' money being injected into the flow from exported goods and the government spending, which we can look around. Controlling inflation, the government has some control over these flows of the money, like we can look on the price index, and which we can controlling high level of demands and the product, which we have the monetary policy increase and decrease the base rate, because the demand pull and the cost pull inflation, which the Central Bank of England and other part of the world is called State Bank. They are making the policy which is called monetary policy of the government. They carry on doing and changing the rates accordingly and making the adjustment accordingly, because that's a huge impact on so this term means have an increase in the prices in order to pay the wages, and this refers to the demand pull inflation. Yes, so we can look around demand pull and the cost pull inflation. Control inflation, however, prices increase, employer need to be more money to be able to continue buying the product, and with the pay increase, the prices go up again in order to keep, organization in business. The typical inflation referred to the cost push inflation, like we have a national minimum wage increase, that's, that can be leads to the cost push inflation. Control inflation, the government tried to be control inflation through manipulation of the interest rate. Higher interest rate mean those are the mortgage and the credit need to be paid, and the less, so which we can look around control the level of employment the government aims to be keep away many of these, population working age. This can be difficult due to the number of factors such as mismatched skills, abilities, peak through, and demand levels, which we can look around control level of employment. Government carry on looking unemployment rate and then carry on adjusting disposable, and all the measures, impact on overall economic growth, and which is come from external environment. And as a company, by understanding the external environment, that is quite crucial, that will help to achieve the organization objective, and will keep moving and adjusting the economics our policies and procedures accordingly, because the economic factors carry on changing, and you have to make sure you adjust accordingly. Measuring the economics growth and decline, how is the economics growth and the decline is measured. We can look around the GDP, gross domestic product, employment level, business output, average earning level, and disposable incomes, consumer spending. We can look around the interest rate and the consumer confidence. We have business cycles. Always, to understand the external environment is quite crucial. We understand the business cycle. So either business can be on the boom, business can be depression, slum, or recession, and then we can look around the recovery at the moment from the recession to COVID-19 and all. We are moving toward the recovery stage where the economics growth is it's not negative, it's peaking. Recession occur when to fall in the national output and leads to the reduction in employment, disposable income, GDP reach lower points, and the recession of the economy reach, so okay, recession, what are the key characteristics? Decline the demand of the national output, rising unemployment, shortfall in the business confidence and the profit, reduce the inflationary pressures and increase. Then we have a recovery. During the recovery, the pictures start, to look uh, better, and then the consumer began to increase the spending, and ultimately, economy big. And boom, what are the key? High level of consumer spending, pricing, and the cost tends to rise, unemployment tends to be lower, and the danger to mental and depression can be occur, which we can look at. Slums are growth down, the output is still rising, economy continues to grow slow rate without falling into the recession, and the Bank of England engineering soft lending, and those, the measures can be, which we can look around the very weak, the consumer spending, many businesses failure, rapidly rising unemployment. Then we have, these are the vital for the business to aware of which economic stage we are in at the moment and what is happening. Okay, measure the economic growth and decline. How is the economic growth and decline is measured? The gross domestic product. We can look around the employment level, business output level, the average earning level, disposable incomes, consumer spending, interest rate. What is happening in those? Which will carry on moving and carry on. So then, please, we have a case study called McCain's Food. McCain is changed themselves to according to the environment. That's, which we need to be look around what is happening. Ultimately, the environment is changing and we have to change. If we don't change it, we can static, and which is we need to be changed ourselves, like Nokia, British Home Store, and various other companies not change themselves, and they not sustain. So like obesity level is high, unemployment and the interest rate, so they have to adjust all the operation and they have to make the strategies accordingly. Please, it's quite good, and you can do a bit quiz, for external environment. You can copy and paste the links and you can move around external environment, and that help, to look around how this impact. Anyone, any question, guys? So I mentioned you can please, for the sake of, you can go UK. Okay, so there's here the statistic, which is quite good to use in your time, and that's, help you too. So we can look around. Inflation was 4.2, GDP was 0.3, unemployment, employment rate. Then we have a census data you want to learn, population in areas, and thus you can plan your business and start to keeping in view of external environment. And these other website is quite good, is it's called Statista. Like you can find the user of social media, growth of social media, technology, and that's, help you to develop good and plan your activities accordingly. So please, in your even in assignment, it's quite good to when you click those, that will take you straight to, and we can look around. Yeah. So these, which we can look around these graphs, and the website is and next to that word Kaplan is a publisher, and you can use the resources. Okay, we can move around. Yes, so you will see best and the best in Kaplan, Knowledge Bank, strategic analysis, environmental influence. So these are all good chapter of the books which is published by the Kaplan, the Knowledge Bank they have created, and it's good to be can go through. Okay, any question, like if you see the past in the fact being discussed, which you can do a bit, extra bit here. And background reading, environmental influence, which you can look around and we can. Okay, so these are quite good and you can look around a lot of examples and we'll go through in the next lesson of the factors as well. Okay, brilliant. Thanks for attending and hope I will speak to you in the next lesson. And if you have any questions, email anjum@upversity.co.uk. Thanks for attending. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks, guys. Hope speak you next week. Thank you. Next lesson.